The gang's back together.
How exciting! So, the last time we were all together, we were in the most haunted house in the UK. Yeah, look at the face we all pulled. So, the main reason for this video, gang, is because when we went, we had our live stream, which was incredible. Thank you to everyone who tuned in, of course, but it was about 7 hours long. So, realistically, we're going to talk about the highlights. Are you happy with that, Beck?
Absolutely. I can't wait.
When we first arrived, I know that we've all been to 30 East Drive before. This is not a new place for us, so we kind of knew what to expect. But can you remember how you felt before you even got through the doors of 30 East Drive?
Well, for me, it was rather serendipitous, regardless, because you and I had scheduled to chat about something completely different for the West London Witch podcast. And it was during that chat that you said, "Oh, 30 East Drive." And I said, "Oh, what do you make of it?" And you had said, "Oh, I've been twice, going back a third time." And then you had just said, "Would you like to come along?" So it was all kind of random and just fated to be. So I was so excited because I've never done an overnight investigation anywhere. I didn't know what to expect, but I was full of excitement and hope and really open to whatever the experience was. And then, of course, I was completely overwhelmed when I got there, and you guys have the most incredible gear I've ever seen. You ladies do not mess around.
We're professionals, that's it. But as you're aware, you've been in that house now. The reason we take so much equipment is because something will get taken out.
Still going on. Oh my
What are
God,
they
guys.
doing now?
We lost you.
What was really weird was it was the fact when Sarah was talking about all the other freaky stuff that had happened here, and that's when the camera just went.
Now,
Oh yeah, we're back. Okay. That was really weird, team. Yeah, every time I tried to randomly open YouTube, it just kept cutting out. This isn't a new thing for this place. Rebecca's deep in the headphones. Obviously, whatever's here doesn't want to be caught on camera.
Something will fail.
Fox is doing the same thing he did last time. Oh shit. No. Right.
what's it doing?
Going off without the antenna.
The REM pod is going off without the antenna. In Philip's room?
You in Philip's room? No. Diane's room.
In Diane's room.
Right. Okay.
Right. So if you're at home and wondering what was happening, apparently last time they were here, the REM pod was going off on in the hallway, actually, at the top of the stairs, and it didn't have the
It doesn't have the
antenna on it. So it shouldn't have gone off. But apparently they're in Diane's room now, and it's just done it again. So it's very interesting.
It kept repeating that round and round and round.
Really?
And round.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so I was like, what's going on? So every time I kept refreshing it, and there was a little moment where it was like 10 seconds. You was like, shall I just go and get the? And you stop there, and these had already gone. But it was when you said, oh, you're going upstairs, it started going a bit strange. And then, you said, shall I go and get the?
Yeah.
And you didn't hear what you said, it just said that thing, and it kept repeating over and over and over.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really strange, because it cut out when you were upstairs as well for a while. Then there was sounds.
During Estes.
There was sounds that was cutting out. I thought it was repeating every 30 seconds, which I commented on, but then I realised that was my own mistake. I had actually opened the spam stream and 2 things, so I kept getting the second, so I can rule that one out.
Yeah.
Debunked.
Debunked. We've had so many videos that were fine on the night, and we've checked our cameras and they've been corrupted. There is just zero content there.
Mate, I hope you can see this. So as soon as we leave it alone, the next file is corrupted. I'm going to see what this one's got. It's going to be a long one, but just look at how many didn't come in. Furious.
So we obviously take a lot of equipment every time we go, and every time we go, it's continual improvement as to how we can get around what the entity is doing. But I would just like to know your thoughts. When we're in the house, did you notice that something big would happen and then there'll just be a long period of silence?
Is there anyone in the room with us? You want to go near that little box on the floor? Try and change the colour?
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
As I was just saying, has anyone gone cold? Yes.
Come on.
I'm hearing that.
Why do we think that happens?
I spoke with Bill Bungay, the man who owns 30 East Drive. And he said that there's a lot of very like playful energy in there, and you kind of get out of it what you put into it. And he thought that some of the interactions that we had there, he suspected that maybe it was that Emily spirit who's rumored to be in the house. He hypothesized that because it was 4 women who came in with the best intentions and we were having a nice time and we were enjoying each other's company, that maybe she kind of popped along and kind of popped in to enjoy that energy as well. A lot of that, I don't know, you're kind of manifesting the experience you're going to have. But I do wonder if some of it's toying with you. It gives you just enough to keep you interested, and then it pulls back.
I'll agree with that 110% because I have been editing some footage together. So we've got the live stream, but I've also, unbeknownst to me, got 4 or 5 hours of other footage that apparently I had double phones going off. I can't even remember. Going through some of the footage, we have got a very interesting mix of energies that come through. We have some which are playful and some which are quite nice and almost childlike. We have some which are very, I don't know what period they'd be from, but very old fashioned. One of them, when we ask into the room, can you hear us? Is anyone there? Someone goes, I hear thee. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not even kidding, Beck.
When we were there?
Yes. It came through the spirit box. I played the ladies the clip before we went live and they could hear it plain as day.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, it's very, very clear, and it's like the other things that she was like showing us. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. So we had something very old fashioned, which was that one, and then something very modern with an accent came through afterwards.
What would you like to say?
And then something that was very guttural and very evil, and like I can't even decipher what it was. It was very otherworldly and very horrible. It felt very thick and negative. We had a lot coming through that I don't think we were able to pick up on at the time because a lot of it was EVP. It was captured within the actual camera footage that I've got. And that's something else that I find quite interesting. It doesn't matter how much equipment we've all got. The most expensive and the fanciest stuff sometimes doesn't always work over there. Sometimes it's your little old phone that you've just got plugged into a power bank and you just roll with it.
There's been mad times that we've been there and when we've been with other groups and their equipment malfunctions.
Yeah.
And it's like very, very crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like cameras malfunctions,
Batteries.
drain. And it's like, well, we charged this way before we even got here. It's brand new battery.
Your camera drained, didn't it?
My camera and all 3 of the batteries I brought with it drained.
Yes,
I remember that.
I remember that.
We
Okay.
weren't ready. This might have been my first rodeo, but I have done a lot of research over the 100 episodes, more than we've done. I've spoken to an awful lot of paranormal investigators. I was not coming without gear that was ready to go. And I might as well not have brought any of it. I was on my iPhone 14 all night because everything just died. No power.
It is actually quite fascinating when you think about it, because part of me does wonder if there is something there. Is it doing these noises, these taps, these through the audio to let us know that it's there? And then that whole disappearing again. It's like, I don't want you to capture me though. This is my space. You're in my space. I don't want you showing everyone my worldly secrets.
Remember when we were just sat there talking like the next day whilst we were waiting for your husband, and it's like next minute we just heard this scream. We were like, what was that? But I still think to this day that something just screamed because it didn't sound like it was outside. It sounded like it was in the house.
There's a lot we can't explain.
No.
There's a lot we can't explain.
That is the thing with 30 East Drive. Each visit is completely different to the last.
So obviously you've heard stories, Rebecca, about things that have happened in 30 East Drive. We are all gasping to be pushed down the stairs there at some point. We are waiting and hoping. But we've not had that. But we have had some interesting stuff happened with you, haven't we? And someone or something decided to try and reach you. Do you want to talk about that whole experience, if you can remember what it is that I'm wiggling at there?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Seared into my memory forever. So, of course, with the podcast, I've spoken to, like I said, hundreds of paranormal investigators and or just regular folk. And a lot of times people report that they've been touched. It's never happened to me, so it's always a really exciting phenomenon. But another thing that people tell me about all the time is the Estes method. This idea that you put on noise canceling headphones that has a spirit box running through it, just sifting through that white noise. You got your blindfolds on, and someone in the room is asking questions unbeknownst to you, and you just call out responses. So when you girls said that you want to do an Estes session, I was like, I want to go under because I get a lot of reports about this. And it's not that I'm skeptical, it's just that I don't have a context for it. I've never done it. So it was great to be able to go under just so when people tell me about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what that experience is like. In Estes, so you got the blindfold on. I'm sitting on the bed in Philip's room. I cannot hear or see you girls whatsoever. I have no idea what's going on. And it started out kind of strange. I know I kept doing, and it's so regrettable we don't have all the video footage of it because I know I kept doing this because I felt like there was someone right next to me, like really close to me, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't one of you girls. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
What happened?
It's that breathing and being right close to me. It's like it's going like right next to me. There's no breath. I can't feel anything but like a presence.
Mm-hmm.
But I can hear inside the headphones this like sound. And I don't like that at all. And then we're sitting there, and my side of the experience, and you can tell your side because it's probably more interesting than mine, but I was sitting there. I'll never forget. I was cross-legged, sitting on the bed with my Uggs on, so they're nice and soft. And I felt someone come over and push into my top of my boot, onto my foot. And I just screamed, probably some expletive, oh my gosh, I've just been touched. And then you girls had quite a reaction because it was in response to something that I did not know.
Absolutely. And I'll be able to pop that clip in right here.
Maybe touch Rebecca.
Jesus Christ, something just touched my foot.
No!
Holy shit. Something just touched my foot, like just went like that.
Oh my god. Is there anyone in the room here with us? Set off some of the equipment. Maybe touch Rebecca.
Jesus Christ, something just touched my foot.
No!
Really? Holy shit. Something just touched my foot, like just went like that.
Oh my god.
For us to go, can you touch Rebecca, please? And then for it to be bang, instant.
Yeah.
And you didn't swear. I'll give
No,
you
no,
credit.
you
You
didn't?
did not swear.
No,
You
you
did not swear. I have checked the footage. You were very PG-13. Fantastic. How was that though for you? Was it scary or was it more exciting? Can you put a word on the emotion for me?
It was a bit of a paradigm shift because I've experienced loads of different types of paranormal activity before, but that was a first for me. And I think knowing that it was in response to something that you girls had asked makes it so intentional, and that's what makes it really fascinating.
Got any more messages for us?
I move.
Where? To another room?
Oh. Hang on.
Okay. Can you touch her again?
No. But I honestly, I can feel the ghost of it, if you will, of that touch on my foot. Anytime I think about it, I can feel it. It's so visceral, it's so real. And it's just kind of one of those beautiful moments where you get the marriage of something has been asked, and unbeknownst to you, there is an actual thing that manifests. And that's the sort of like incontrovertible. Oh, I don't think that's a word. That's just this sort of like wonderful, irrefutable evidence that I love to share on the podcast when it's two individual things that come together and it's like there is no other explanation.
That's it, your personal experience. You can't replace that. We read about stories, we hear about them, and you know what? You can be empathetic towards it, but it's only when you experience it yourself that you get that full feeling of truly, what was that? And did it make you more excited to potentially go back to 30 East Drive and maybe see if there was something else there?
110%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've, I understand not just why you guys keep going back, but why other paranormal investigators keep going back, because it's just, okay, so we've unlocked that. What other activity or characters can we unlock in the next journey? So I am stoked to head back.
We will be going back later this year. So for everyone online, we are heading back to 30 East Drive, our girly gang. We've all experienced something, like a little bit of something. In this next trip, I would like us to sort of have an amalgamation of all of that just come together, because poor Deanna, she has been physically attacked. If anyone online has seen The Exorcist, where everything is fine and then suddenly vomit, that is what our poor Deanna went through. Because myself and Sarah left her alone for what, 3 minutes?
Not even that.
Yeah, so literally minutes, and Deanna gets attacked. That's one thing that we've experienced.
It's like to this day, like I can't even remember you saying that.
The video, you actually don't even respond to what me and Bo say.
Like she's possessed. You weren't yourself. It was so weird. There was another human being in the room.
It's just weird because then after it, I just zonked out.
You were completely out. You
Yeah.
had no energy. You tried and nothing would work, to be fair. And then when I went, we managed to capture a ghostly dress going through the doorway. At the time, we couldn't see it, but that was captured. Again, footage.
What about the black figure thing, like the shadow after when I've been sick?
That's the thing. I'm going through our footage now and I'm seeing little bits of shadow and stuff move all the time. And this is the thing. I actually want to go through other YouTubers' video now and actually really just look into the background, because there's a lot of stuff that I missed in the video, in the whole edit, until it was all complete. And then it was an extra person just going, "Oh, did you see that move up the wall?" And I was like, no, I didn't. But this is the thing about 30 East Drive.
You find stuff after, and it's like, wait, I didn't notice that was there. I didn't hear that.
To that point, Deanna, when Kyle went through the 4 minutes of footage I got before everything died, Kyle caught that weird EVP of that voice.
Yes, I can remember seeing the video that you put on that Instagram and stuff.
What was that?
It's not us, girls. I have listened to that clip hundreds of times over. I've mapped out where everyone was in the house at that time, and it sounds like it's breathing right into the microphone of the phone. That's how it, and when you look at the audio, so if you pull the audio out and just look at the audio, it's right, I mean, it's peaking way higher than where my voice sits. So it's something that, I mean, it wanted to be heard, whatever the heck it was, but I didn't hear it at the time, and it was so loud and visceral.
That is the thing about 30's drivers. You can hear it on the video, but sometimes we don't react to it because we've not heard it.
Yeah. A lot of
in the time we've not heard it until we've played it back. Because I can remember on one of the videos, you hear a knock, but we don't react to the knock.
No.
And someone's like, "Oh, you're faking it," because you've not reacted to it. No, it's because we generally haven't heard that. We've obviously either, if we have heard it, we thought, "Oh, it's just a house moving."
But the funny thing is, if we were faking it, surely wouldn't we be screaming and yelling and stuff every time there was a knock instead of being really nonchalant?
It's like, no, we actually want to be in that moment and experience it ourselves. And we know it's not fake because we're like, there's only 4 of us in that house, so we can't we know where everyone is in the room, and we know it's one of us.
Well, let's be realistic as well. We're all professionals. You're very knowledgeable about the paranormal, even though you're not an investigator officially, Beck. You are so tuned into it. And we're all very aware now that knocks, bangs, clicks, little whispers and stuff, they're going to happen. If you're there reacting to every single knock and bang and whisper that comes through, you're going to miss something. When I was going through the actual footage, the hidden 4 or 5 hours that I didn't even know about, there are moments when we react to something that happens, and rightly so, we were getting full sentences from the ghosts or whatever. But you know what? It's when we're reacting to it that more stuff is coming through. It's like it waits for us to not be listening to then give us the best stuff.
I do believe in that, the energy of the group. So obviously all of us had really good energy, had good chemistry with each other. That's why we get stuff happen.
You know what? That makes me think maybe we need to find a right arsehole. We need to bring an arsehole to 30 East Drive so that we can rile up that ghost and finally get pushed down the stairs. What do you reckon?
So if any arseholes want to come to 30 East Drive with us, let us know.
We'll be tribute. We offer you a
We're-
tribute.
We're accepting applications.
Yes.
You must be a grade A arsehole. We would love to know references, please. But before we get like too distracted by it, the whole experience, were there any other highlights for you, Rebecca, from the evening? It doesn't even have to be something paranormal, but something you're going to just take with you. We know you had the foot.
Two things.
Yeah.
The first thing being, I was absolutely, and I wasn't scared in that house, but I was absolutely terrified to go to sleep when it was nighttime, and I was so tired. And you girls are like so good at being up, and you were so good at waking up in the morning and being like perky. And I was like the creature from the Black Lagoon crawling out from the sleeping bag, and you girls were all like buzzing. I loved it. But I was so glad when we all slept together because I was absolutely, that was when I got scared, when it was time like, okay, we got to go to sleep now at like 4 a.m. That's when the fear set in. And so I was really glad we all slept together. So it's one thing for me to be like, oh, I wasn't scared in that house, but I was scared when it came to sleep.
Would you sleep in a room by yourself if we all go back again? Would that be a thing? Because we've got to do something different.
I
We've
was
got
actually going to ask that
yeah,
question.
we need to do continual improvement, my angel. So would that be something you'd be up for?
I would do it. I would do it.
In a few months' time, I really want to be able to call it out. I think that we should be able to capture it at some point. We've had some really good stuff come through so far because something obviously resonates with us as a girl group. But is there anything that you guys want to do differently the next time we
I
go?
want to take more pictures of us. I've noticed that pictures of females, their faces are distorted.
It's happening to the video, and I don't want
Yeah.
to scare you, Rebecca, but in the footage that I'm editing right now, yes, there is a moment when you and Deanna are sat on the sofa chatting. Deanna's face is perfectly, completely crisp, absolutely in focus. For some unknown reason, your face is blurry and your features are a bit weird. It's almost like you're operating in slow-mo as an animation in a real life video. It's really weird. I'll send you the clip at some point.
Oh, just give me heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I didn't know whether to tell you or not. And Sarah was like, don't tell her, it's too scary. And I was like,
No, I live for it. I live for it. I must know. I do have
What
one
would be
thing I
different?
want to do differently.
Yeah.
And I've thought a lot about this.
Mm-hmm.
That house energetically, when we got there, it felt really, really like stagnant. And that is the word that I think of when I think about how it felt, particularly when we were entering. I would like, and I don't know how everyone else feels about this, I'd like to open up all the windows next time we go when we get there. I want to open up all the windows and get some fresh air in and get some fresh energy and just kind of cultivate just a breath of fresh air. I don't know. It just felt really just kind of stuck. I don't know. I don't know how everyone feels about that, but I would like to open up a window.
I think even just bringing fresh energy into the house, I think it's overdue.
I think so. Obviously, we need the windows closed when we're investigating because of sound bleeding and all that jazz. But I just think maybe when we get there and it's still light outside and we're unpacking and we're chatting and we're having a cup of tea, I wonder if we just open up the windows then and then close them down when we're ready to get going. But I just think that intentional shift of whatever was here before, air it out, clean slate. We are doing this and this is new and this is fresh and this is different.
Yeah, love this plan.
Yeah,
we had
agree.
we had another little tiny idea as well, because whenever we go there, we don't eat properly. You know, you're starving yourself until 2 or 3 in the morning, and we know that the ghosts like to be ignored. That's when we get the most activity. So we're thinking the next time we go, let's open up those windows, let's set up the cameras, and then why don't we just treat ourselves with a little trip to the pub, have a nice little pub lunch?
Absolutely. I think it's a great idea. Have a proper dinner, set ourselves up properly. Or we could even do a takeaway and we could eat in the house.
Gourmet eating at
Yeah.
30 East Drive.
So we've got plenty of options there.
Oh, there was, with all the haunted photos, if you remember that shiny Safeway leaflet in yeah. You remember? And a haunted boiler manual and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was actually really wholesome.
Doorway, that'd be amazing.
Is he? Oh, maybe he's
Oh, is
injured.
he? I was gonna say he doesn't like he's injured, doesn't he? Very spooky.
Very spooky.
Don't eat there. Oh, there's obviously something in the window behind him there.
What am I looking
What
at?
is
Inside
this?
of a refrigerator.
Is that?
Yeah.
Oh God, boiler manual.
What am I looking at?
But ultimately, I'm really excited, guys, for going back to 30 East Drive. Would you be happy to be pushed down some stairs?
100%. Let's just say I'll wait at the bottom of the stairs with my legs pointing up, so if it wants to drag me up, it can drag me up.
That's the way to do it.
Okay.
That's the way to do it. Yeah. Well, you know what? Without giving too much away, because realistically, if people do want to watch the 7-hour live stream and really get down with, you know, the character development of us guys and all the little stories and stuff like that, please feel free. Rebecca, anything else that you want to say? Anything else that you remember from the night, or anything that you think the viewers might just love to hear about 30 East Drive?
Well, like I said, there was 2 things that really stuck out in my mind. One, being scared at nighttime, but 2, it was just so wonderful being with you ladies and seeing the way you work and seeing the integrity that you bring to your work, seeing all your fabulous gizmos and gadgets. It was just such a joy and such a pleasure. And going back to 30 East Drive is definitely my idea of a girls' trip. So I can't wait.
Big same, big same,
Big same, big same.
Because for me, it was almost like the craziest crossover episode ever. Because I remember when we first met, and what was it? Episode 13? Was that
Yeah.
the first one I was on? Which is crazy because you're over 100 now. Not you personally, but episode-wise.
It feels that way.
Anything's possible.
like
guys.
that.
Anything's possible. But for me, I'm really excited for us all to go back again. There is potential there might be some new energy coming with us. Guaranteed it is definitely going to be us 4 ladies. Anyone else that does join the team will be either of celebrity status or someone that is poignant to our paranormal endeavours.
Or an asshole.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
the asshole. Well, that's a guarantee. It's not an or, we need the and. And the asshole. Yeah, so if anyone wants to apply. Yeah, how great would it be? I actually think we should make a paranormal form to get our arsehole. I think we should do this. Think of questions we need to ask. Think of questions. But overall, I think 30 East Drive, it gets a lot of hate. Doesn't it?
The reason why it gets the hate is because so many people go each night.
And a lot of people are very demanding when they're in there, let's be fair.
Yes. Like the pram at the top of the stairs. Guys, it might have happened once or twice, but it's not going to happen every night. And we know the top of those stairs are not very even.
Yeah, that's it. All you need to do is twist your head a bit too fast and you fall down.
Yeah. I feel like people like expect when they go in, because obviously it's this big haunted place and stuff like that.
Well, it's billed as the most haunted house in Europe.
Yeah, and people expect it to be that haunted, but in reality, it's like if you go in, yeah, we've had experiences. I can like obviously say that every time we've gone, we've had something. Like even if it's like the most tiniest bit, we've had something. But it's like not everyone should expect that every single day there's going to be something happening. They're not forming monkeys and
Bill
stuff.
Bungay, the homeowner, he said to me, and I think it's in the episode, it's not Disneyland. And I think people have this expectation that it is an amusement.
Yeah.
And you will come and you will be entertained. And that's a really difficult bar to ask of the other world, the other side. It's really difficult to have those sort of expectations. And so you're absolutely right. It's not a zoo. It's not Disneyland. Who knows what you're going to get, but that's the exciting thing. That's where the idea of investigation and experience comes in.
You know what I'm thinking? So I every time I go to 30 East Drive, I go, okay, this time's going to be the last time. It's going to be the last time. We say it's every.
You said that when I was with you girls.
I'm glad I did it. The third time. Would I come back? Don't know. Probably not. This is the last time Mo Bentley's coming to 30 East Drive. And then that's when it cuts to me in like a year's time. Hi guys, I'm back at 30 East Drive. Guess what?
Yeah, and here we are.
So yeah, this proves it, doesn't it? That there's got to be something there that keeps pulling everybody back. We keep getting pulled back in. You're happy to join us again to see what happens. So yeah, for a place that gets a lot of stick online, we are quite critical, very analytical people. So we would have picked up on some sort of hokey pokey behaviour there. We've experienced it in other places.
It's one of those places that you go there and then you walk away with more questions than answers.
Yes, and that's why you have to go back.
Things, obviously, especially what happened to me, what happened to you.
Very true. It's very true. Well, everybody, we are the Horribels, Bo Bentley and Becca Strazina, of course, the West London Witch. Thank you so much for tuning into our content today and for everyone to join in and have a little chat about 30 East Drive. It's been really, really nice to reminisce. Until next time, everyone look after yourselves out there. Stay spooky and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
What was it like watching the live stream at home?
It was really cool. Yeah, it was really
Was
cool.
it effective?
Yeah, very effective.
There we go. We'll do it again. We'll do it again.
I had to sort of realised like I'm picking you up in the morning, so I was like, I better
go. Can't stay up all night.
Yeah.
So that's where we were, right here.
It was.
Yeah.
And just like, why is there a disgusting
I mean,
jacket in here that's just got on the arm and
exactly. It's probably one of the ones that's here all the time because there's a sleeping bag.
Is it?
there.
Yeah, literally. God, they must love it. Whatever that is, let's zoom in. So we heard that there are microphones in this place, so we're just doing a little bit of...
We're just debunking.
Yeah, we're just debunking.
Go, I tilt. Oh, what's that?
Mm. Feel like there's a hole there.
Looks like a mouse hole, doesn't it?
Mm.
Well, what are those? What's that? She'd have to be really freaking bored.
Yeah.
What, to put my
Have it up there.
listen.
Next door's garden's really like pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was
So-
crazy last night. I was having a look at it. It's got
I love their
all lit
garden.
up. It was like Vegas back there.
Vegas.